Right now, it looks like they're doing everything possible to remove every barricade from crypto. What does that mean for utility coins, altcoins? What does that mean for Bitcoin, Ethereum? Listen to this. Powell, and this is not the only one. Wait until the second chapter. You're going to see how everything comes together. Powell says Fed has no intention of preventing banks from offering crypto services. What? After all this time, look how everything's changed so dramatically. Once again, he's saying they have no intention, none, of preventing banks from offering crypto services. So also, I would think that extends to they're not going to try to prevent banks from utilizing crypto technology. And it makes perfect sense. Remember when Garlinghouse, this was about, maybe it was about the beginning of January, a few articles came out and they were saying that Garlinghouse, I don't know where he said this, but they claim he said that they have been speaking to more banks than ever. Go look that up. Or that they have made some sort of partnerships, more partnerships, but he didn't elaborate on what those partnerships were or who these extra banks were that the articles claim he was talking to or about. But is that far-fetched to believe that they've accelerated partnerships, bringing in deals, making deals? I don't think so. Especially with what's happening right here. They're making way for the new financial system. I just don't see how people get around that. And another thing, like I said, wait until you get to that second chapter. Ripple was so strategic in when they delivered that stablecoin. Thank goodness they didn't do it a few years ago. That stablecoin is going to kick doors open. I'm telling you, it's a door opener. It's a lure to pull them in. And then later the banks will want to and need to use XRP. It's the best of the best. It just is. There's no way around it. But once again, like I said, that second chapter is going to clarify that. But this says this. Powell said banks and the Fed should be mindful that crypto activities can be done inside financial institutions. And this is how you know they're scared now. One, they lost the battle. Two, and they're trying to play catch up. And the only way they can catch up is to congeal with the new financial system, like I've been saying. Listen, the BIS is the most honest of them. Not to say we should believe everything the BIS says or trust them, because I don't. I don't trust any of these entities. But, I have to, as a researcher, take in the information that they're putting out and analyze it. But the BIS said if these financial giants don't integrate the technologies, they would get left behind. Do people remember that? That was maybe last year, November, December, they said that. They came out with that document. They came out with a few documents that were very interesting. There's a reason they said that. They weren't joking around. So now there's this rush to implement the technology, one, to provide crypto services. That's going to be, well, I shouldn't say it's going to be difficult. There are still a lot of people who believe in the banks and the banking system, right? Although I wouldn't do that. I think the Bitcoin companies are going to dominate outright. That's why those last two videos were potent. If you didn't see yesterday's video or the one before that, watch those two videos, at least the first chapter. I'm telling you, one of them has something in it where it was something about the banks and the Bitcoin companies. It was very potent. Trust me, you're going to know it when you see it. It's just slipping right off my mind right now. But I'm telling you, there was a reason they did that. These are the important parts, folks, where we're collecting information that's going to tell us where everything is going and how big it could really be. It continues on here. The Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell, said that the central bank regulator does not want to prevent banks from serving crypto to perfectly legal customers as long as they understand its risk. That's what it was. Now I remember. Listen, folks, the CBDC thing was huge. People are not getting it. They can walk away from CBDCs now because they can use an XRP. They can use a chain link. They can use private services, fintech services. What do you need a CBDC for? We can provide that for you. No heavy lifting. We can do that for you. If they pull this off, if that's where it's heading, there's going to be so much capital flowing through these blockchains, these DLT chains. It's going to literally flip people's wigs backwards when the prices pop off. It's amazing to me. Some of the, in my humble opinion, no disrespect, some of the biggest news is just being just written off, just put to the side like it's nothing. That wasn't nothing. That was something. That was something major. Why all this push for CBDC? Now, all of a sudden, all these banks walking away from CBDC at the same time as crypto is getting unleashed. There's a reason for that. There's a reason. There's a lot I would want to say. I'm gonna keep a lot in here for now, right? Because I don't want to jump too far out the window, but I have ideas about why certain big news. Think about that for a minute. Why was certain big news that just is earth shaking being thrown to the side, being buried? That's not little. It continues on here. During a February 12th House Committee on Monetary Policy, Powell said banks and the Fed should be, quote, mindful, unquote, that crypto activities can be done inside financial institutions, citing custody as one example. Yeah, that custody is going to be. See, with custody, it's not just about value that you're holding or value coming into you or out of you. It's also about power. Power. Look at assets under management, these huge financial, asset managers. And the first thing they flaunt is what? The assets that they're holding. What do you think custody is going to do? When everything's tokenized, what do you think custody is going to do? Someone's going to win. That's another reason why Ripple got into the whole custody business. Everything has been a strategic move on the chessboard. There's something big coming, period. I said this years ago, then you saw boom, explosion. Boom, boom, boom. Explosion. I'm saying it once more. Not financial advice. You do what you want to do. I'm saying it again. They're cooking something big. I've never been more certain of something. Could I be wrong? Sure, I am just a man. But I'm telling you, I feel so deeply about this. I'm looking at all these different moves, and it's becoming more clear as I see more evidence. Here's the part that I think is crucial to most people. I think those who are ready to move quickly and capitalize on it once it does happen, I think they're going to do very well. Not financial advice, once again. It's just my personal opinion. And although there will be more explosions, I think the interbank payment, the banking system absorbing the new financial system is going to be one explosion. Then the next major one is RWA, but only at the beginning. At the beginning, when it's all new, it's all fresh, and there's still this huge leap in price that can happen from RWA. All of these things being tokenized coming onto chain. I think that's going to be huge too. That's two. If people are not ready to act on those moments, they're not ready to move quickly. Well, you can figure out the rest, right? So I want to move on to this. I spent a lot of time on this article. Just if you want to know more, just go read it. All right. Is a potent one. I want to get to this one. Look at this. Back to back. You're telling me nothing is happening? What? Oh, no, it's definitely happening. It's just everybody. It's like all these distractions all the time. I'm telling you, people argue with each other. That's a distraction. Life wearing you down. That's a distraction. Valentine's Day coming up, all these holidays, that's a distraction. I'm telling you. So it's like people's minds are all pulled in these different directions. They're not seeing it. I'm locked in. I'm focused. I'm telling you, I'm laser beam focused right now. Hey, maybe you disagree with that and you feel like I'm seeing wrong. I can respect your thoughts. Why not? This article here is titled, listen to this, the Fed again. Why is the Fed coming out back to back, talking positively about crypto, letting people know crypto is about to be unleashed? Why? I'm asking questions. The why is the most powerful thing ever. The answer is great. The why is what gets you there. Fed's Waller says banks, non-banks, should be allowed to issue stable coins. Really? This is the same Waller that we were following that said the private sector should lead the way. What are they trying to tell everybody? So Jerome Powell says something positive about crypto. Fed Waller says something positive about crypto. You had Monica Long come out the other day, say something about crypto. All of a sudden, they're all coming out back to back to back to back to back. You notice that? Because I do. Why? What's happening? Why is there a rush? Sorry, I knocked something off my desk. My apologies. Why is there such a rush? I'm a little excited because I love days like this. It's rare to get news like this back to back. They should be allowed to issue stable coins. They can't survive without being a part of the DLT system. Stable coins is just a gateway. It opens the door so then that they could get in to utilize crypto, that they could get in to offer those services Jerome Powell was talking about, that they could get in a way where people will accept it in mass. This is a mass game, folks. They want the maximum amount of people. Yeah, there's big money on the line here. Huge money, life-changing. That's not an exaggeration. That is not a joke. A lot of people become numb, but you shouldn't. You could become numb. That's how you get empty pockets. You don't benefit. No. Must stay ready at all times. And see the serious nature in these things. In my humble opinion, this is how I feel. I am but a humble researcher. You feel how you want. But this is what it says. Let me read a little bit here. Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller also expressed confidence in the private sector to develop stablecoin solutions. So he's still with the private sector. He's still saying the private sector is the way. What? Do people not understand what's coming? Who's at the forefront of the private sector? Who? Some of those bank coin companies are some of them that are at the forefront. They're going to get a piece. Unless I see evidence otherwise. You got Ripple taking meetings everywhere. They've been talking about it for months. One, you've got Chainlink taking meetings everywhere. They've been talking about it. Articles being written about all this work they're putting in. So there's companies that we're seeing making progress. Literally, we're able to watch. Are there others that I don't cover? Yes. But that's up to you to find them if that's what you're interested in. I just cover these here. Can't cover everything. But man, private sector. He has confidence. Why? He has confidence in the private sector. Why? You think he only has confidence in the private sector to develop stablecoin solutions? What? Stablecoin solutions aren't what they've been crying that they want and desire. What did they say all 2024 that they want and desire? What did they say? Their own words, folks. Let's just go by facts. They said they want smart contracts. Really? They said they want AI. That's the two things. That's the two things that they want. A couple of bank coin companies, Ripple was one of them, said, hey, we're going to implement AI. Boom. They have stable coins and stable coin solutions. Boom. You don't see how all this is lining up. How it's a setup. So here's what it says. It says United States Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller said that stablecoins could expand the reach of the US dollar while calling for a regulatory framework that would allow banks to issue dollar-pegged digital currencies. Stablecoins are an important innovation, quote, let me get that in there, quote, important innovation for the crypto ecosystem with potential to improve retail and cross-border payments, unquote, Waller said at a conference in San Francisco on February. And that's key right there. You see that? There's something he's saying without saying it. Stable coins for cross-border payments are inferior to XRP. They're inferior to pretty much all the bank coins. So once you start using those stable coins and you're satisfied with that offering, they come in with the real deal. Hey, we have XRP. It's cheaper. It's faster. You break it up. You can do a bunch of different stuff with it. You can't do with stable coins. Remember what the Fed said back in, what year was that? 2022, I think it was. They put out that document where they even admitted stable coins are just pretty much, now I'm going to paraphrase, they're a watered down version of a CBDC, a weaker, more basic version of a CBDC. Let me ask you a question for business. You're going to just use the basic version? Are you going to just stick with the free offering? That's pretty much what it's like. You want to stick with the sample? No. You use the sample and then you move on to their premier product. Everybody does that. Oh, here, Let's take AI as an example. You download the free ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Grok, whatever, Claude AI. You use the free version. Oh, you like that? Well, they got a $20 a month version that's far superior. It's the same thinking. Use the stable coins to get them in, and then they get hooked on XRP. Here you go. Something far superior, better, cheaper. They have everything. They're walking right into the net. And right now it's prime time for fishing. It says it here. He added that the stablecoin market had matured. Really? So all these years, they had a problem with crypto, and they flipped on stablecoins back in 2022 because first they were bullish on it. Remember that? Yes, they were. The Fed representative was bullish on stablecoins. Then they flipped, and then they weren't bullish on stablecoins. We all know why. Now, just because the political energy in the United States has changed, now all of a sudden it's matured. It's a setup. It was the whole entire time. They were always preparing for this moment, the unleashing of crypto. The world as you know it, as we know it, is about to change. It hasn't happened yet. Don't misconstrue that. But it's about to happen. But wait, and they want to profit from it majorly. That's why they're trying to say things and keep it very, very low key. They don't want you too bullish. I'm telling you, they don't want people too bullish. They don't even want the people in, but they can't get you out right now. They can't get the people out right now. There's too many people that are hodling, and they know what they hold. Simple as that. But they don't have to make more new bullish people, right? All right, so let me move on from there. Get a little bit more news in because we have some Bitcoin news. I think I have some Solana news also here. Let me try to get to those. So now this article is titled Bitcoin to $1 million. Samson Mao offers 6 catalysts for it to happen. I know he believes this. 100% I know he believes this. I understand when someone's passionate about something. When they defend it like this, when they come out with catalyst stuff, it tells me that they believe that. And I'm starting to see a lot of these big money people believing Bitcoin's going up to north of $500,000, et cetera. And I think I know why. I mean, there's no way to know where it's going to go. They hope it goes here, but there's so many major catalysts. I'm seeing more and more giant companies, more and more nations coming out talking about Bitcoin every single day. They don't even realize they're creating this super bullish energy for Bitcoin because they won't be quiet about it. So now what's happening is that causes more companies to look into Bitcoin, more nations to look into Bitcoin, more retail investors to look into Bitcoin. I'm seeing a lot of people that never even talked about Bitcoin before. I'm gonna tell you what else. I remember people who were talking really bad about Bitcoin. I'm talking about in real life. They'll come up to me and say things, and they don't know I'm into crypto. I keep my life very private. They don't know I'm into crypto. They don't know what I do with crypto. And I'm not going to be telling people either. That's a dangerous game. You keep some stuff to yourself, right? And they'll come up to me and just say, oh, you heard about Bitcoin? Yeah, man, that's like a Ponzi or something. That's like a scam. Like, huh? What are you talking about? Are you serious? Those same people, that was years ago. Look how time changes. I mean, I'm not saying you're having that experience also. This is just something I've experienced. Now, all of a sudden, you hear about Bitcoin, Mick? Yeah, I might get a little bit of that. Do you think I forgot? I remember you talking about Bitcoin in a very negative way. But it shows how powerful this energy is that they're putting out. You have, like I said, you have the media now covering it much more than before. It's not like a super mainstream push, but it's being discussed now. You have the mainstream media talking about it a little bit. You have the governments talking about it. You have large financial institutions talking about it. And now some retail, not all, some retail people are coming over to the Bitcoin side. And that's going to continue the more they're hearing positive things about Bitcoin. That's very bullish. But anyway, and I think that's why they're throwing out these high estimations for Bitcoin. I'm not saying it's not going there. I'm just saying that I don't know if I'm going to be around in Bitcoin to see if it goes that far, I'm not as permanent in Bitcoin as I am in something like gold. I believe in gold. I love gold. And plus, gold has already skyrocketed. There's a huge cushion there for anybody who got in really, really low. But I'm just saying I'm not as permanent in Bitcoin as I am in gold. Bitcoin to $1 million sounds wild, but Samson Mao has mapped out 6 ways it could happen. No fluff, just key factors. Oh, he's talking serious business that could send Bitcoin soaring fast past 6 zeros. The renowned Bitcoin bull calls them the, quote, 6 paths to Omega, unquote. I saw an article. I didn't read it. I saw a headline. I should have read it. I should have. It had a picture of Cathie Wood. I'm assuming Cathie Wood said this. Did Cathie Wood, tell me, you let me know. Did Cathie Wood really say that she believed Bitcoin was going to go to like $1.4 million? Is that accurate? I will look it up right here, but I don't want to waste your time. I'll do that after the video. But that's so interesting. It also prompts me to think, what do they know that we don't? Let's just be realistic here, folks. You think that they don't have like this insider track, that they're not trying. They do the same thing that people on the ground do. You don't think they're trying to put groups together to pump that Bitcoin price? I do. I don't put anything past them. Why are they so certain Bitcoin is going to go to this big number? Maybe a concerted push at some point. I would think it's going to happen after a major crash. They crash it and then they push it. You've heard me say that a few times, and it's because that's what I think that is a high possibility of them doing. They crash it, everybody leaves, then they start running that price up. It's going to cause a panic. It will cause a panic. You want to talk about fear of missing out? If they do something like that with Bitcoin right now, at some point in the next year or so, everybody's celebrating absolute euphoria. They crash the price. Everybody's lamenting, oh, woe is me. Then they start running that price up. All these businesses together, they're on private phone calls, private messenger apps you can't even look into. So there's not going to be any leaks. Then they run that price up. What's the possibilities of that? I'm just playing with ideas. It says, first up, supply shock, with the logic that if institutional players like MicroStrategy and ETF issuers keep buying aggressively, available Bitcoin dries up. All right. Then there's the idea of strategic Bitcoin reserves. That's another one. All right. Hey, so far he's cooking. Things that we've been discussing here. It says a complete rebasing of the US dollar to Satoshis could occur. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. One moment, sir. Hold on. Calm down. Wait a minute. I'm saying that like Samson Mao could hear me. I like I like to play around. But no, it's like, what? I'm serious with that. A complete rebasing of the US dollar to Satoshis could occur. Let's keep going. Redefining value measurement itself. Sure, it sounds crazy. What? I'm glad you said it, not me. You said it, not I. But big changes happen when systems reach their limits. But why would you? All right, I get it though. You're 100% Bitcoin. I get it. Nation state FOMO is another factor. I've been saying that. Yeah, watch out. Countries might suddenly feel the pressure to stack Bitcoin. They already are feeling it. That's legit. Not wanting to be left behind, according to Mao. If one major economy like that of the very same US makes the leap, others could try to catch up. I can't remember who it was recently. We read an article where there was countries literally saying that. I can't remember which one it was or which ones it was, but they were saying something like, well, if US does it, then we'll do it. It was something like akin to that. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But I didn't even need to read that to know that's typically how it goes. And not just because the US is some leader or something like that. Sure, people could look at it that way, but everyone wants someone to go first to be the guinea pig, right? They don't want to be first, you know? So they'll let you go first so that if everything goes bad, it's on you, not on them. That's how it goes. Humanity is funny that way. It says, then there is the gold angle. Governments and institutions shifting from traditional safe haven into Bitcoin. I just have to firmly disagree. I'm telling you right now, those who believe in gold know the safety. Let me listen. Safety of gold. Okay. Before everything was here, gold. After everything is gone, gold. That's not going to leave humanity. They love gold. So now I'm oversimplifying things, right? If gold starts losing its monetary role in favor of BTC, it could mean a massive liquidity shift. Yeah, listen, I like to hear these ideas. I'll tell you, I don't agree with everything, nor does anyone agree on everything with me. But I like to hear these ideas. These are very interesting. All right, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.